Imagine this. If a bus driver had a seizure because of clear temporary illness like gastroenteritis, how long must they stop driving? 10 days? 10 years? 4 weeks? 4 years? Or 5 years? This question traps almost everyone. Welcome back to AMC Decoded. Let's look at the question number 11 of our High Yield MCQ series. A 54-year-old man who is employed as a driver for Metropolitan Public Bus Service presents to your clinic for a fitness to drive assessment. He has a past medical history of epilepsy diagnosed at the age of 22, but has been seizure free on a stable dose of carbamazepine for the last 12 years. 3 days ago, he developed severe gastroenteritis with vomiting and diarrhea, resulting in poor absorption of his medication. During this illness, he experienced a single generalized tonic-clonic seizure. He has since recovered from the gastroenteritis and has resumed his usual medication regimen. His neurological examination today is unremarkable. According to the Austroads Assessing Fitness to Drive guidelines, what is the minimum non-driving period required before this patient can be considered for a conditional license to return to his current employment? Is it A, 4 weeks, B, 12 months, C, 5 years, D, 10 years, or E, 6 months? I want you to pause the video right now and lock in your answers. The correct answer is option number D, 10 years. Did you pick 4 weeks? If you did, you are not alone. But you fell into the trap. Let's decode this. First, we must establish the standard. This patient is a public bus driver. So, our step 1 is identifying the standard. The patient of us is a public bus driver, which means he always and always will fall under commercial standards. You generally cannot apply private standards here because the risk threshold is much lower due to public safety concerns. Now, our step 2 is classifying the seizure. This was a provoked seizure in a person with previously well-controlled epilepsy. The cause was gastroenteritis, which was identified and managed. Now, here is the rule that determines the answer. If this were a private driver, we could reduce the waiting period to 4 weeks. So, for private drivers, it is 4 weeks. But for commercial drivers, the guidelines explicitly states there is no reduction. The default standard applies. Because there is no reduction available for this specific scenario in commercial standards, we revert to the commercial default, which is 10 years seizure free. Now, it is just as important to understand why the other options are wrong, so you don't make mistakes in the similar questions. Option A, 4 weeks. It is incorrect because this is the rule for private drivers with a provoked breakthrough seizure. Applying this to a bus driver is considered unsafe. Option number B, 12 months. This is the default standard for private drivers. It also applies to acute symptomatic seizures like a head injury in a commercial drivers. But our patient has established epilepsy, so that rule doesn't fit. Option number C, 5 years. This is the reduction for first unprovoked seizure in a commercial driver. Since our patient was diagnosed with epilepsy at the age of 22, this is certainly not his first seizure. Here is the summary table you need to memorize. Notice the massive difference in the provoked seizure row. For private standards, it is reduced to 4 weeks if the cause is identified and treated. For commercial standards, no reduction, so 10 years. Let's log this in with rapid fire true or false questions. Pause the video and log your answers. The answer for question number 1 is false. Taxes are commercial, so no reduction applies. The answer for question number 2, it's also false. It is 6 months for private and 5 years for commercial. The answer for question number 3 is true. This is the specific reduction for private drivers with previously well-controlled epilepsy. And the answer for question number 4 is also false. So the commercial standards apply only to drivers of heavy trucks? No. They apply to any vehicle carrying public passengers such as bus, taxis or ride shares or person carrying any dangerous goods. That's it for the case. Remember, public safety means commercial drivers rarely get the benefit of the doubt. If you found this helpful, hit like, share, and subscribe to AMC Decoded. I'll see you in the next video.